Okay, let's talk. Thanks time that I try to create this video. Anyway, let's talk a little bit about my upcoming new album, Declaration. The Declaration of the Apocalypse. Yeah. Okay, so this is the front art cover of my 7th album as a singer-songwriter. Yeah. A little close up. Okay, let's take it a little bit close up. There is a lot of symbolism on the photo, but I don't want to talk about it right now. It's good for, when the album is finished, yes, then I will talk about that. Yeah, but right now I don't want to talk about it. You have a lot of symbolism, but that's for later on to when you look at the photo, there is one single that I have already released. Yeah, that is the first song that I have done, Toxicated. So a couple of days ago it's already released, and the only photo you see, is the front art cover, and that will be for each song that I will release of the album. Yeah, and when the album is done, release it in one video, then you will see all the album art photos. But when you look at the photo, yeah, you will see there is a lot of symbolism, yeah, on it. There is another photo for the inside album case. It was normally meant for back art cover, but I changed my mind. I have changed my mind a couple of days ago, and I thought it's a nice photo, also with a lot of symbolism on it, and I wanted to have it as an inside photo. For the album case, for the back art cover, yesterday I take it because I have another idea for the back art cover. Of course. Okay. I'm talking to myself. I am talking to myself. Anyway, it doesn't matter. So yes, for the back art cover I had another idea for it. So the photo shoot it was done yesterday, just when I was coming from work, and somebody have taken the photos, because I have a need to work it out right away instead for waiting for today. Yeah, and that is also finished. Just finished it a couple of hours this morning, work on it. So that is finished. And I have so far 3 photos for the inside album case. I have maybe other ideas to take some more photos, not that much, but maybe 2 photos or so extra, but that will be for later on. Yeah. Yeah, but it's very interesting. The concepts of the album, yeah. It continues, it's like what I did previously, but I want to continue on it. For example, this one, the Phoenix and the Fireflies, is an album close to my heart. Yes, for sure, and it's very proud of it. It's one of the albums as a singer-songwriter that I have done. But I'm very happy about it from start to finish. Yes, it's one of my best albums. But I want to, because the themes on this album, yeah, if you take it in general, yeah, you can find it also. You will find it also on this album. The Declaration of the Apocalypse. You will find these themes also on this album, because normally I wanted to end my journey as a singer-songwriter, because I wanted to, the reason why that that I thought this was it, because what I wanted to do I have done, yes. But I was still, shortly after this album was done, it's not that long ago, you know, even 1 month ago or so, yeah, and I've released it, that album, yeah. Of course, this album was also released during making of the album, and when a song was done, it was released right away. And I started half December until half March, yeah. So it's not long ago that the album was finished. So, and with this album I will do the same thing. When the song is done, I will release it right away. Yes, but in this one I will have not a deluxe edition. This one had a deluxe edition, yes. So, but for this album had taken, you know, 10 weeks. This one, because I wanted to have a little bit more time, you know, to create the album and to have more rest in between the songs. For this one I will do the same thing. Maybe it will take some longer time, because I want to spend not the whole springtime, but I want to spend enough time, you know, of especially the upcoming 2 months, you know. So in June maybe it will be finished, yeah, the album. But the tracklist is already set. I don't want to release much of it, you know. I've already released a couple of track titles and a couple of alternative versions of the song in a live way. Yes, for example, Paranoia, The Wicked Ones, The Scientists, these 3 songs. There is another one that I have done, Sparta, yeah. I must mark that I don't forget. So Sparta is also alternative version that I've played live way, yeah. So there, these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 songs, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yes. And Toxicated, I have also a live version of it. So, but that song Toxicated is the first song that I have done, recorded officially, yes, and is released as first single, yeah. At least the first song, and that is then released. So the next one I have not mentioned here, so the next one that I'm gonna work on, but I have, you know, I want to this time, what I did with Dreamcatchers and Talisman, also one of the albums that I have done in the previous year, around the summertime, I think, spring or summer, it was that I created that album, and it had taken 6 weeks, I think, for that album to put together. But I want to do again the track lists, you know, to fix the track lists, how it is in the right order, and to stick with it, you know. So and so the track list is already official. Yes, I have 13 songs. Okay, 13, and I want to because I had normally 15 songs, but you know, I look around to see which song is good enough to work on this. And because normally you know, on this album I had written also 20 songs, lyrics, but also I have 13 songs, yes, 12 songs that I have recorded, yeah, for the official album, yeah. So and anyway, so yes, 13 songs. Because I look around, oh yeah, this song, I want to do, oh yes, this one, because what's all about this one also, you know. So I have selected 13 songs. So like I said, 5 of them I've already played alternative version in a live way, that's already released here. But like the song Toxicated, melody wise, there will be some of it, you know, on the album in that way, and some also more instrumental music in between the singing, yeah. so I want to remain that, like I did on this album. I want to continue in that style also for this album, and a little bit more craziness on it, yes, like piano pump, and you find that example on the song Toxicated. So so in that way the album art, you know, the front art cover as you see is finished, yeah, because I wanted to have that finished before I was releasing the first song. Yeah, I wanted to have at least the front cover release it, finish it as first, so I could release that with the first single release, and the back art cover is finished today. You know, I have 3 photos for the photos inside for the case, but for that is not acquired to have it finished, all the photos, because nothing of it will be revealed anyway. It's just only the front art cover until the album is done, and then the rest will be released. Yeah, when the album is released in one video. But like I said, I have because only for example Sparta. Okay, that song I was also motivated to write something around it, and I could not do it on this album. I wanted to, but I could not do it simply because it was not fitting. You know, I didn't came up with lyrics on that moment. I just had the title for a song, and I thought it's not ready yet. And back then I thought, okay, it's the last album, yeah, that we're gonna do. In that moment I thought that very deeply it will be the last one. But you see, you know, after 3 weeks, you know, or 2 or 3 weeks, but that album was released it then in one video. I felt no, it's not the end, because there are things that I wanted to mention that I could not do on my previous album. So like Sparta is one of the songs. Yeah, you know, this album it fits better. Yeah, and there are other songs also. Yeah, in symbolic way I could not use here, but here I can do that. You know. Yeah, it will be maybe some titles I had a little bit inspiration that I have taken. Yeah. For the rest, it's all, most of it is just out of nothing, you know, that it came. The inspiration, you know, also lyric wise, yeah, there will be some similarities. Like I said, from on, you know, if you listen to it, hey, it's already mentioned that in one of the previous albums, yes. So, but here and there you will have that, but and I always, you know, it's like 2 sides again, the dark side, what's happening there, and the bright side. So I want to combine that. You know, it's like you give a talk, you know, and if you are aware enough certain things, you can talk about so many things, you know, the negative and the positive, you know, the good and the bad. You want to talk about these 2 aspects. In my case, I will sing about it, yes, and to have a kind of 50-50, you know, on this album about these 2 sides, yes. Sometimes in some songs it can be across each other, yeah. So and there are songs positive in a bright way, and there are songs that cross each other, and there are these 2 themes and or 2 topics, and in other songs it's just about the brightness. But yeah, it's I'm very excited for it. I want to today. I want to record a song. I've chosen one song, yeah, now to do. It's a little bit more in a bright way, because Toxicated, you know, it can sound a little bit dark, but I wanted to a second single. You know, I want to have a little bit more in a bright kind of happy sense. You know, but again, the stick that you see here holding me my stick, you know, here. So I want to show you. I have used it already a couple of times on other photos, but is this stick here. I have used it, and this symbol on it. If I show you in the right way, you see the symbol on it, okay? Yeah, and you will find that also on the how do they say, chest. You know, you have a kind of chest here. You see that on the chest. If you can look it, if you can see it, you know, and but when you look in the photo, in the video, yeah, you will see that symbol that I've released it. You will see that is the same symbolism, yes. Although on this one, yeah, it's the same, yeah. Okay. So it's the same symbolism of the Freemasonry, yeah. And not for say, I did my explorations a little bit about who are the people, who are these organizations, and it doesn't mean that this. It's like you can see it doesn't. If you have energy, you can go with it in both ways. You know, negative, positive. You know, it's up to you what you are doing with it. Yes, but it's a little bit silly to say energy because you have higher dimensions. You can not do nothing wrong there or nothing negative, because it's not that place to do something like that. You know, you must go in the lower realms to have something negative of action. Yes, and even that on its own is an illusion, because in reality we are coming from above. Yes, so that's something. That knowledge can change everything on this world, you know, how the things are going, yeah. But yes, on this world, you can say you have these two groups, Freemasonry, you know. It's like yeah, I have not, do not know much about it, but you have the origins of these organizations. Maybe it was meant in philosophy, and then it split it up or so, or whatever. I don't know. I cannot tell for sure. You know, but you know, I think you have to both sides of these organizations. Yes. So, but I have taken that symbolism because of the hidden knowledge. It's not for say hidden. It's not talk about it in general way in media. Yeah. So, or educated, yes. You have maybe special schools that is not known in general, yeah. That gives teachings about valuable knowledge, yeah. So it's kind of I know for sure there are people who get education from the start off, you know, in these special schools, because they are families from higher up, for example, you know. So it's even beyond the university, you know, even, much higher up. But yes, this symbolism here, you can find this also on buildings, for example, that are known, but people don't see it because they don't know it. You know, because if you walk past a building and you see a logo or symbolism, hey, that's from the Freemasons, or yes, that's about the sun worship or whatever, you know, or the you can you know, there is a lot of things that are visible but people don't see it. I don't know everything, I don't know every symbol, but when I see something, you know, then recognize that, you know. And if you ask somebody what is, somebody who is, let's say, in the general unaware, okay, like the general population is, they will not know what it is, you know, or they will say, oh, it's that, because they are educated in that way, you know. So, but anyway, yes, so that's the stick for let's say the team. You will not, maybe I will make another photo where you see it much clearly. I will do that maybe for sure, because, you know, you see, will not see it here, yeah, because I hold it like that. I will see, but the symbol, it must be clear. I will make maybe a photo of that. I have thought about it, yes, for the inside album case, yes. So, but anyway, yeah. So yes, because you know, this album is the last. Now it is serious. I'm very serious about it right now, because normally, like I said, the previous album was the last one, and still it was not yet that the case, you know. But there is, like I said, I want to go a little bit more further, you know, all the teams to push a little bit the boundaries, a little bit more further. Also, whatever I sing, will sing about, and how is obviously where, you know, what's going on right now, yeah, and what it can mean for the future, I guess. And so yes, it will be very interesting album, but I will take my time on it, that's for sure. I don't want to rush things up on what's being said on the feelings and the fireflies. On this one, I had a little bit, especially for the last couple, maybe the last 2 weeks, I rushed it a little bit up, because I was normally I make an album in 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and 6 weeks was already a long time for me to work on a project. Too long, yes, but it was an experiment for myself to see how long I will can go on, yeah. So on this, but now from that experience, I can take into this experience to say, okay, you know, I will see how far I will go, you know, but I feel I will, because I did already so much, and I want to invent new melodies, yes. So I don't want to repeat what I have done previously, melody wise, you know, also in the lyrics a little bit in a different way, melody is also a little bit in a different way. So and you find that a little bit also on the song Toxicated, you know, especially where I sing in, you know, in that piece, you will see melody wise is a little bit different that I have not done yet before. But so I want to continue in that style, yes, for the others, not all the songs, but some of the songs. So again, maybe some more electronic elements, but especially classical, you know, is the head sound that I will do. A lot of piano, and then these strings, and hopefully some violin that I will play. Of course, the virtual, I have the actual violin. It's been a couple albums ago that I've used that instrument, so I will use that. Try to use some of the real instruments again, instead of always the virtual instruments. Yeah, the piano is obviously, you know, the strings also, but the violin I can use maybe also the real instrument instead of the virtual instrument. So I have a lot of intentions, you know, to use the electric guitar again. I want to use that again, you know, and there is one other instrument that I have in mind for the sound scientist, but I will see if that would gonna happen if I can have that instrument. Yeah, and we will see how it go, you know, and so in the meantime, of course, I will keep updates, yes, of each song that I gonna work on. But today I don't, or maybe tomorrow I will work on the next song, the second song. Yeah. So yes, so that's it, and yeah.